Hey guys, I know it's been quite some time since my last upload, but I just haven't felt like sharing anything. I felt like living my life. Um, that's at least what I'm telling myself. But it's been almost a month since I uploaded that audiobook. And when you add to that the time since my last face-to-face video, it's been a long time. And I know. And I think I think it's a bit difficult. Um, yeah, how do I put this? Uh, Life has been intense. So I've been busy, um, going to school, uh, like doing all my hobbies, taking care of my son, trying to make everything run smoothly. But, um, to be more honest, I've been sort of in this limbo or sort of in this waiting room state where I haven't felt compelled to, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just like, it's been weird. I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff. And basically, I found out the things that I need, the things that I need to do. And I thought it would only be fitting to have you guys come along, whoever is watching now after a month. I know it's been a long, long time, but I don't want to be part of this endless stream of echo chamber YouTubers who tell you what to think or tell you what to do, how to live your life and all of this. And I guess I sort of, before this break of 1.5 months or 2 months, I just felt it was all repetitive. And I felt like I just needed some time to just live life, and not share everything on the internet. And also not trying to make up stuff to talk about. The intention of this channel was always just to share what I'm going through. And that also meant me being in this lull, like this sort of lazy state, like I was still doing everything I needed to do in order to progress to the place that I needed to go. But there hasn't been much motivation. It's just been discipline and just trying to trust the process. And there was no room for making YouTube videos because that didn't feel authentic at the time. But I've uncovered some things and yeah, I have something to share, now I have something to share. So I'll just try to share what my struggle is now. And hopefully you find it useful for your own narrative in your own life. Yeah, that's the goal. So a few years back, I got divorced, and I had to. It was a big mess, and there was 2 boys involved. At the time, my son was 1.5 years old, and my bonus son was 7, I think. No, he was 6. And it's been like 2 or 3 years now, and it's been 2 years, and my boy is 3 years old, my son, and he lives too far away for me to be able to have him, like, to take care of him, to have him in my house, and like us being together in the like in the weekdays, right? And I thought I could manage this, and then at some point, either the mom to my son, they would move closer, or I would move closer. And now it's been 2 years, and because I am trying to become a carpenter, I don't have as much time in the weekdays. So anyways, the main problem is I miss my son all the time. I want to be a great father, and a great father is there for his son, showing him the way. And even though I try to find all the time that I have and then give it to him, it's just not enough. It's just not enough. I have to make a serious change. And that means I have to move again. I have to find a way to be able to move closer to him so that I can have him more days, send him to kindergarten, pick him up again, having this normal life, a stable routine where he sees his father, spends time with me, and I spend time with him, like on a regular basis, and not every other weekend, because it's simply not enough. And right now, how I'm trying to fix it is like making, like picking him up at random times, so that we can see each other more often. But it's not stable. So that's what I'm going through right now. And this past month or 2 months, I've just been trying to numb this realization. I've been trying not to realize it, my subconscious, because the work that it requires is immense. And it's also, I have to get out of my comfort zone again. I have to move again, even though I really love this apartment. I love living in this city. And I don't want to move back to the city or around or like close to the city where I broke last time. There is something happening to me when I get close to that city where we had the divorce and everything went wrong. It was a very traumatizing time. So whenever I go to pick up my son, or we spend time there, or something just happens to my body. It sort of shuts down, and it's very uncomfortable. So the thought of moving there again feels like a big sacrifice, but it is a sacrifice I have to make, because I've tried all the other solutions, but they weren't solutions. The only solution is me taking responsibility and making the move. So I'm trying to do the things that will make this possible. And there is a lot of obstacles that I have to fix. So I've been working on that. Now, what can you gain from this? It's just the main thing about this is that, and I've talked about this extensively, is that sometimes we feel all this pain. We just feel numb, or we feel like we need to make a change, or we feel like something needs to change because we feel bad, right? Like the answer is right below the surface of you. And what I did, like how I tried to cope was with screen addiction, and especially YouTube being like, I consumed way too much YouTube, trying to fill the gaps of time where I didn't go to school, doing hobbies, before going to sleep, all these gaps of time where where you should basically allow your brain to settle, sort through all the experiences of the day, and then sort of reflecting on the past and the future and your current present. But instead of doing that, it's so easy today to just numb the pain, numb the discomfort, numb the things that you know deep down inside you have to make a change for. And I've been doing that for 2 months. And it's just become too much now. Like, and I know this is simplifying what's been happening, because there's been happening so many good things, and yeah, it's not all bad. Like, there's some great things happening, and that's also the reason why it's very hard to come to this conclusion that I have to move again. I have to move away from this amazing city where I have some amazing sports I love doing. I have the school. I have so many great friendships. So many amazing things about this place. But the most important thing isn't here. It's in another city. And that's where my son is. And it's just, it feels like I have to rebuild my life again. But I've spent 2 years trying to rebuild it from the place that I broke when all the shit hit the fan. But now that I say it out loud, I know that, like, I don't have to rebuild my life. I am still in the process of rebuilding. And the person that I am today is much, much, much healthier and better suited to handle whatever is going on in my life than I was 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. So yeah, it's, I think that is that's the worst part about this very advanced technological age, is that we are being robbed of times of stillness, time for contemplation, and time for epiphanies, downloads, intuition telling you what is going on and what you need to change. And also just robbing us from the feeling of presence. I haven't felt I have felt present, but not, very, very present the past 2 months. So yesterday I felt the switch, like I had enough. I had enough. So I tried to delete my YouTube app on the phone, for starters, and it wouldn't allow me to do it. Like, I physically can't uninstall YouTube. So I just tried to block and just hide it away. And it's working fine. And that is simply just my current problem. It's just, I need to sit with some of these feelings, because I miss my son. Every day he is not with me. And lately he's been calling me every night. He's asked his mom for us to FaceTime, and then he just told me that he misses me and he wants to be with me, come to my house, my apartment. And it breaks my heart, because I feel the same way. So that is the main thing I've come to realize making videos on YouTube doesn't matter compared to being a father to my own child. Becoming a carpenter doesn't matter compared to being a father for my child. All my sports, all my hobbies, friendship, movies, like all of that combined doesn't even come close to the sense of purpose, meaning and love I feel when I get to be a father. And I've just accepted this fact. And I'll never, ever, ever take it for granted again. Like I never did. But it's just, the more you miss someone, even though I try to live my life, I just, I just have this deep, profound gratitude for my son and the relationship that we have, even though we don't have as much time together as we would like. But he can't do anything about that. And he shouldn't. It's my responsibility. I am the father. Now, if you want to look into your own life, you can say that you are also the father to yourself, or you are the mother to yourself when you become an adult, or when you have certain responsibilities, or if you feel bad about stuff. So I'm also trying to take care of myself by making these changes. And I'm very used to like changing it up, changing my situation, moving. And part of the discomfort of moving is that I finally feel safe. I feel safe in this apartment. And it's going to be difficult. And I don't have any money, actually, right now. So that's also something I'm trying to work on. And I need to secure some sort of, it's not called an internship, but next week, hopefully, I'm going to lock up the contract for me to be able to work a place as a carpenter so that I have some sort of finances. And also I'm trying to sell a summer house. Like I'm trying to, the wheels have started turning, and and that came with the acceptance of my current situation. So if you have a mind that is very cluttered and a physical space that is very cluttered, and you don't know what to do about it, that is because, in most cases right now, like you hear a lot about it, is because every time we have a moment that we can, after work or before going to bed, 2 hours before going to bed, like it's normal for humans. It should be normal. It was normal in the past that there were no disturbances or like things taking your mind off whatever your mind wanted to think about. Instead, we fill it with mindless content, stupid content, and it just keeps coming. And it's just this big echo chamber. The same information, the same sort of formula to entertaining people. And that's all well and good, but it should be a very small part of your life. So my mission has always been to return to the silence. And me having control over my technology use, screen use, and not having it control me. And that's what I think you should take from this. Find those moments of stillness, especially if it feels scary. And to me, it feels very scary right now. So I have to practice and I have to return to just being okay with nothing happening. And what usually happens is that it does feel uncomfortable for like 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, because my mind wants a dopamine fix. But after that, and almost always, the mind settles and it accepts. And then there's peace. It's about becoming friends with yourself. It's about making yourself your own content to consume. It's about letting your intuition guide you and tell you what to do. And I want to return to that place because I am not there anymore. I've been there many times, but it's not a place where you go to once and then it's just permanent. No, it is continuous work to be your own best friend. If you're still watching, thank you very much. And I don't know how. Yeah, you have to be very active on YouTube. But I just want to say thank you very much to the 2 members of the channel. I haven't checked my YouTube studio. I don't know if they're still supporting through membership, but like, yeah, it's Brett and it's Oaken Do. I think it's called. They call. Uh, I think you call self something like Timo or something, but your real name is Brett. And I just thank you so much, guys. It means a lot that you actually took the time to sign up for that membership and support me financially. It does mean a lot to me. I also feel a little bit guilty just not uploading, but that's this channel. If I have something authentic to share, I will. And that is what gets the least views, but those are the videos that feel the best to me, making authentic videos. So yeah, take back the silence in your life. Let your intuition shine. That is what I will be working on starting now. Right, see you in the next one, guys.